Hello, everybody. I'm your niche coach, Alicia Lester, and today on Get Your Shit Together, I am just talking to the women. Normally, I'm talking to a little bit of everybody, but today I'm just talking to the women right after I finish braiding this little hair up on the side. All right, so I need you guys to click subscribe first. I appreciate that. Follow me on all social media. Alicia Lester Brima on Facebook, author Alicia Lester on Instagram, Niche Coach on Facebook, Niche Coach on Instagram. You can go to my website, niche-coach.com, just to check out any coaching needs that you may have. If I can assist you in any kind of way, I can. All consultations, the first consultation is always free. The consultation is always free. So let me know. You may need me. You know, sometimes you may not, but I'm here no matter what. Let me see what else. That's all I got. Just click subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Today I'm talking to the ladies. Normally I'm talking to a little bit of everybody, but today I'm definitely talking to the ladies because I just want you guys to just kind of sit back and realize that you're good enough. You know, you're good enough. Sometimes we get to talking to these men. Honey, been there, done that. I'm married now, but just within the last 7 years. But before then, honey, I'm 40. So I had a crazy dating life, a crazy, just some craziness, a whole bunch of craziness. But I just remember feeling like I wasn't good enough to get to the next level. Honey, hoes was getting married and it was all kind of things happening and going on, but not me. And I couldn't understand why not me. So I guess that's what I'll call today is why not me? And I'm going to tell you why not. I'm sorry, I had to kick these shoes off. Oftentimes when we get into a relationship with somebody, we seek things about them that really don't mean us any good. Our intentions be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the right intentions when it comes to being with someone. We have the right intentions when it comes to being with someone, but oftentimes we find someone that we can fix. We want to be these fixers so bad. We want to be able to mend their broken heart, their brokenness, and all of that. So much so that we end up needing fixing ourselves. Or we weren't fixed to begin with. We're just trying to take all of our goodness and push them off onto somebody else to see them grow. But you can't. You absolutely can't. If one plant takes his water and give it to somebody else, hell, he gonna die. There's nothing for him. So sometimes you got to be able to just chill, kind of fall back and just know that you absolutely cannot help and love everyone. And every man that has been in your life, you don't love them. And they didn't love you. Not every single last one of them, because where you at now? You see what I'm saying? So everything isn't meant to be. So sometimes you got to understand and know your right now, your season, and your reason. I've dated all three of them, honey. Lifetime, season, and reason. I'm with my lifetime now, but I've dated the season and the reason. A lot of reasons. Couple of seasons. You know, but you have to know that in order to get to the next step in your own life. I know so many women that have dated guys that I thought were great guys. But I also didn't date those guys. They were probably friends of mine or something like that, or people that I just kind of knew in passing. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's a great person for you. I think that'll be absolutely amazing. And then they got with that person and completely different. Completely different. So it left them asking and wondering about themselves, you know, feeling inadequate in so many ways. Like, what was it about me that he did not want? What was it about me that, you know, made him not want to pursue anything with me? And sometimes it's just because they're scared. Sometimes it's them. It's not always you. But you better pay attention and you better know and be able to understand the signs when it is you, though. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about them, not you. Normally I'm talking about you and not them. But today I'm talking about them and not you. Sometimes they are afraid. You come in and you are this nurturer and you're loving and you're caring and kind and you're doing things. You're not selfish. And that scares them. They're like, oh, shit, she's trying to love me in real life. Well, I don't identify with that. I don't know what that feels like. So I'm going to run. I'm going to run and I'm going to go and I'm going to give her a million reasons and excuses on why I can't do this here with her. Or I'm just going to string her along because I do like her. I'm just not prepared or ready for all that she has to bring to the table. A lot of times we're mothers. I have friends that we're more mothers than not, you know. So mostly all my friends have children. So they're already, you know, responsible, because I don't hang with anything less. So they're already responsible. They're nurturing. They're kind. They're all these different things. At the same time, I'm not dating them, though. So I just know them as the friends. So I'm not dating them. But I do know enough about their character to know that they would not bring ill intentions to the table. You know what I'm saying? They are amazing women. But sometimes as women, we are so loving and so caring and so kind to the wrong individuals. And sometimes it's just people that don't know how to accept our love, or don't know how to embrace all of what we have to bring to the table. Some guys get intimidated by women that work hard and have their own everything. I had a guy tell me one time that he was not used to walking in someone's shadow. And I was like, well, whose shadow are you walking in? And he was like, well, yours. He was like, that's how I feel. Every time we go somewhere, somebody you know, somebody wants their hair done, somebody wants to talk, somebody say you've helped them, somebody say you've been all this amazing things to them. You know, I just want to go eat. I don't want to deal with those people. And I was like, oh, okay. I get it. I get it. We probably won't make it. And we didn't. But more than anything, he felt like he needed to be somebody just to be with me. He felt like he needed to kind of overshadow whatever it was he thought my shadow was doing to his. And we didn't stop talking because I didn't want him. We stopped talking because I knew that I could not have someone in my life like that. I see people, I know people, I talk, I chat, I uplift, I motivate, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's just what I do. And I couldn't keep that in a box just because I'm with him and he wants to seem like the bigger and the better person, all that. I know how to be in a relationship, and you are still the man. Honey, you are the man. I have no problem with you leading me. Just where you're leading me has to make sense. That's all that is. But if I have to stop being who I am so you can be bigger than what you are, that's a problem. Because I truly, honestly believe that we could shine together. If that's what you're calling my light, if it's shining, because I figured it was shining because you wanted me to dim it and put it out a little bit. That was a problem. The fact that I made money every single day by doing hair, the fact that I was a business owner and all of that, he just could not handle it. He couldn't handle it at all. He worked an amazing job every day. You know, he got paid every 2 weeks like most people that work a 9-to-5 do. He had set business hours. He knew what time he was getting off. He knew what he was getting paid. I actually envied the structure of his life because he just knew what everything was going to be. And here I was blowing through money and all of that because I made it every single day. So it was just like, okay, you know, whatever. And he had no idea how I was feeling on my side, you know, but he was very vocal about how he was feeling on his side. But I knew that we wouldn't be able to work, because really what that brother could have did was he could have came in my life and was like, hey, save this money, do this, do that. You know, let's put this away. Let's put this to the side. Let's, you know what I'm saying? He had the ability to be able to help me manage my life a little bit better, but he was too intimidated by my life to embrace our life. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I understand that. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. That means that we are not supposed to be, anymore, you know, but it taught me a very, very valuable lesson. It let me know the kind of people or the kind of person that I wanted to have in my life, and not just someone because he was this certain type of man and this certain type of guy and this is that and the other. You know, he had the look that I wanted and drove the car that I wanted and all those shallow, crazy things. And I was like, you know what? That's not even going to work, honey. That is not going to work at all. So I could have walked away feeling like it was me. I could have walked away feeling like I needed to dumb myself down, dim my light a little bit more, not speak to some of those people as I'm out. I could have done all of that, but I couldn't, because I've learned at this point in my time, at this point in my life, I've learned that those people are what keeps me going. Those people are what keeps me doing the things that I need to do, moving and shaking and all that kind of stuff. And I love them. So I can't allow someone to take me away from that, because then that would make me a bitter and upset person. Now he's finna get cussed out because I can't go and be nice and spread joy. So we had to go ahead and leave that alone. But I also know what it's like to to feel less than and to wonder, why not me? Because back when all of my friends were in relationships, they were married, they were having families and buying homes and just creating these lives for themselves, for one another. I was stuck. And, my son was getting much older, and I still didn't have a good lease on the relationship side of life. So it may have looked fun on the outside. I could hang out, I could stay out, I could do whatever I want to do. I don't have no babies to take care of. I got my own business. I have a career going, all of that. My career started when I was 21 years old. So I had been used to it for forever. I'm like, gosh, okay, I have my own home. I have my own vehicle. I have my own savings account. I have my own life insurance. So I'm doing grown-up stuff. I just don't have nobody to do life with. And so that's what I wanted, was someone that I could absolutely, positively do life with. But I couldn't find it. Honey, I went down every street, alleyway, dirt road, everything, just to try to find what I thought would be an amazing love partner, an amazing life partner. But it wasn't that. It simply wasn't my time. So that's why it was, why not me? It wasn't my turn. It wasn't my turn. Honey, I thought their lives was absolutely amazing. And don't get me wrong, a lot of their lives were amazing. But then I had some friends come back like, girl, please. This shit is overrated, and he is not the person I'm supposed to be with. This is not the love I'm supposed to have. This is not my idea of love. And I was like, whoa, okay, wait a second. So here I am envying and wanting and needing and, and it's not what I think it is. I was like, okay, this is absolutely insane. This is crazy. I had to wait my turn, and I had to sit back, and I had to put some things into perspective. So I'm going into this relationship, but I have other things that I need to be worried about at the moment. I need to worry about getting my credit together. I need to worry about getting a lower car payment. I need to worry about my son, who at that point was on his way into high school. I needed to worry about healing from things from my past. There were so many things that I needed to worry about. But I just wanted to fix somebody. I wanted to fix somebody so they could be with me, so we could be together. You don't have to thank me. Just love me. That's it. That's all I ask. Just love me. Take me to dinner a little bit. Do a couple things. Travel a little bit. But just love me. It wasn't my time. It was not my time at all. So then slowly but surely, the position started to shift. So now I find what is, so now I get ready to find love. I'm finding love. And my friends are moving into a single season of their lives. And I'm like, wow, when did everything start to shift? When did everything start to change? It started when they started to understand their worth. And I started to understand who I was. And not so much as my worth. I kind of got that. I needed to understand that there were some things from my past that was blocking me from my future. So it wasn't really about my worth. It was about where I was and where I'd come from, and why I kept choosing the same type of person to hurt me, the same type of person to take advantage or mistreat her and all that kind of things. I've been everything except for physically abused. So I've never been physically abused. So I've never been punched. However, sometimes when you have been cheated on, lied to, mistreated, manipulated, it feels like a punch. It almost makes you say, just go ahead and punch me. Just go ahead and hit me, hit your ass back. But just go ahead and hit me, because these words and these feelings and these actions is just, it feels like a punch in the gut. It feels like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I needed to heal from some things. So it wasn't my turn yet. It wasn't my time, because there were some things that I needed to get settled. So as I'm settling these things, because I don't have a choice but to get these things settled, because I can't find a man. So I stepped back and I told God, I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on me. Don't you bring another nigga to my door. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to focus on me. And I'm going to do the things that I feel like is necessary for me to at least be in a good space just in case I walk past somebody good. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. So then everything started to shift. Everything, honey, as people say in the universe, started to shift. And I started to understand and know what true happiness was, because it was a feeling in here. Just like you could feel that punch in the gut, you could feel when you're happy. And it wasn't about trying to build someone else up and make someone else better and Child, I had gave up all my stuff. I'd already done that. I had already done that. I'd already taken that time out of my life to make sure that people were good. Honey, I mean family, friends, relationships, friendships, you know, just everything. Looked out for everybody but me. And I had to look out for me. So sometimes maybe some of those guys were maybe they really wanted to love me. Maybe they really wanted to appreciate me. Maybe they really wanted to be with me, but there was something about me that was blocking it. Maybe I had all this blockage going on and I didn't even realize it because I was too busy trying to reach over my own shit to fix them. You got to deal with you first. You have to deal with you first and deal with what's going on with you before you can reach over you and deal with somebody else. How you going to fix them and you ain't fix you? You can't do that. You can't do that at all. You know, so I had to realize that and I had to understand that. So like I said, some of those guys may have wanted to love me, but I could not allow them to because I was in a broken space. Same thing for you women. Same thing for you women. Some of these men are in a broken place. They don't know how to love you. Nobody taught them that. They didn't tell them that. They didn't teach them that. After they taught them their numbers and their letters and all that shit, they didn't learn love. They didn't get it. They didn't get it at home. They didn't get it anywhere. So sometimes you guys are just taking a chance on trying to love someone because you think you can see their potential. You think you can. Baby, what you want for his life may not be the same thing that he wants for his life. So now you mad. Now you upset because you've done everything that you could to build him up and he don't want that. It's kind of like a drug addict, alcoholic, or anybody that battles with addiction. They will never get clean. They will never get help. Not true help until they get ready to. They have to identify and understand that there's a problem first. Same thing with love. Same thing with love. Most people run around here chasing their tails because they're chasing love. So, you know, everybody thinks that addiction has to come in one form. It can come in anything. Anything that drives you crazy because you feel like you need it, honey, it can be an addiction and it can change your whole entire life. So sometimes you have to think that maybe it's not you. Sometimes it is them. Women, it can be them. It could be us. It could be a number of things. Whole lot of factors go into finding what's right. You know, my grandfather used to always tell me, it's easy to be nothing, but it's hard as hell to be somebody. So when you look in terms of relationships, it's easy to play the games. It's easy to lead a person on. It's easy to, you know, all of that. I think I want this. I think I want that. But it's hard to actually, you know, go through the motions and be in a relationship and love someone and allow someone to love you. Sometimes that shit could be tough. Sometimes it could feel damn near impossible to, you know, but keep pushing and stop saying, why not me? This is not your turn yet. That's all it is. As soon as your time comes, as soon as your turn comes, I promise you, you won't be overlooked. You won't be overlooked, but you will miss it if you don't take the time out to focus on you and to focus on the things that really make you happy. And don't skim on your own happiness. Don't say, oh, okay, well, he does A, B, and C, but I really want D, and he doesn't do that. But I need a man, so I'm willing to. Don't do that. Don't do, because we're too old. You do that shit in your teens and in your 20s because you still got a little bit of time to play. At 30-something years old, and now me at 40 years old, I wish I would. I'm not skimming on my happiness. I'm not. Because I know what I could bring to the table. So I need you to be able to know what you could bring to the table. As a matter of fact, we are going to discuss the table at the table, okay? At a table. We're going to discuss the table at a table so that way you understand what it is that I'm bringing and my expectations of you. And once this thing kick off and once this thing start now, I need to know that you are still on board with everything we talked about at that table. Don't try to don't get me to the table and blow smoke up my ass. And then next thing you know, you're going back to doing whatever it was you used to do prior to being with me. Don't do that. Because, honey, I'll leave that table. I have no problem with pulling out that chair and going. None. At any time. None. Because I'm at a point in my life where I will not skim on my happiness. I won't. It's non-negotiable. It's not even up for debate in any kind of way. I want to be happy. So I want to put out the same thing I want back in return. If a person in my life cannot do that for me, then we simply have to be friends and not lovers. That's it. So you have to think about those things, honey. Think about all of that. I want you guys to absolutely do that. It's very, very important. It's critical. It's absolutely critical because your kids are paying attention to who is coming in that door. Your kids are paying attention to who's going out that door. I dated a guy one time. My son was like, Mom, I really liked him. Like, where's he at? I'm like, he's not coming back here no more. And my son said to me, it's probably because y'all argue a lot, huh? And I was like, yeah, how you know we be arguing? Because we think kids don't know nothing. I said, how you know we be arguing? He was like, because I hear y'all. I be playing my game, and sometimes I just turn my game up real loud because I'm like, there they go again. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That's not what he needed to see. That's not what he needed to know. There's no reason in the world why him at that age, you know, number one, he understood why this person wasn't coming back. He just wanted to know, but he understood it once I told him. And he was just like, oh, okay, maybe that's because, you know, of this reason. I understand, Mom. And I was just like, wow, okay. Well, I understand too. And that brother never stepped foot back in my door again. No matter how I felt about him, I knew that he was content with being who he was. I knew he was content with being loved halfway, because that's what he would do. He would love you halfway, and then he would run. But when I think about things that we talked about in his past and things about his family and other relationships and things like that, halfway mark, run. Halfway mark, run. I just wanted a man so bad. I thought that I would be different. I thought that I could love him out of that. But it doesn't work like that, because he would have to want to be loved differently. He would have to want that for himself. You know? So, you know, sometimes it's just like that. But I don't want you asking yourself, why not me? Why not me? Don't keep asking yourself that. Don't keep asking yourself that at all. Don't say, you know, is it because I'm too big, or I'm too skinny, or I'm too whatever, you know, I don't even know, you know. That has nothing to do with it at all. You are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely gorgeous, honey. Don't nobody have to get up and look in that mirror and see you but you if you want to. You don't have to worry about what anybody else thinks about you, because somebody is going to love you exactly where you are, exactly how you are, and for who you are. So always think about that, and always know that you don't need validation from absolutely anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to, you know, have somebody, you know, whistle and say hello. No, whistle. We too damn old for whistling. But it's nice for somebody to come in and say, if you ever feel bad about yourself, if you ever feel like you're looking like shit, if you ever feel like you need a pick-me-up or something like that, child, your local, not your way out one. Walk through your local Walmart, honey, on any given day. That's all I need you to walk through your local Walmart. Baby, if you want to know if you still got it, you walk your ass right through there. I bet you by the time you leave, number one, you're going to feel real good about yourself. No, you're going to feel real good about yourself. And number two, you're going to realize that your ass better keep shopping at Target, honey, because that is not the place for you. Okay? So you have to make sure that you know it first. Confidence is everything. When you walk into a room, when you walk in, even when you step into a relationship, honey, you have the confidence. I'm 40 years old. I have never, listen to me now, I have never been called a bitch. I have never been called a hoe. I have never been mistreated in my face. In my face? You gonna call me out my name in my face? Never. Not and we laid together the next day, and not and we still was together, or you had a second chance. Never. Because if you call me a bitch once, you'll call me that twice, and then that'll just be your thing. That'll be your thing. Honey, you can't call me names at no time. You barely can call me names during sex, okay? But you can't call me names at no time in an argument, a disagreement, or anything like that, because you know why? My confidence level is too high in a relationship. There's some things that I will take and I will not take, and that's one of them. You can't call me bitches because I don't want my son ever calling his woman bitches. You got that? So he can't hear you say it to me and then we together later. Oh, no. That's not what my daughter can't hear you call me those names. You know why? Because next thing you know, then she'll be somebody's bitch. If she want to feel like she the baddest bitch, it'll be on her own time, her own dime, and her own, you know what I'm saying? Not because that's what you heard mommy being called. I don't even call myself that. Now, if I see my friends, I might do that with my friends, but that is totally outside of my, you know what I'm saying? That's totally outside of my relationship life and all that kind of stuff, honey. That's for play. Over here, we don't play those kind of games at all. But that is a level of confidence. So I go in with expectations. I go in with, you know what I'm saying? Now, now I know somebody probably saying, oh, I'm sure somebody done called you a bitch. If they did, they said it to their mama. They said it to their homeboy. They said it to themselves, under their breath or something like that. But never to me. Never. So if I done got through 40 years without being called a bitch in a relationship to my face, now I done had guys say it, you know what I'm saying, but they wasn't my man, you know, whatever. But if I've gotten through 40 years in relationships without ever being called one, why would I allow it at this point of my life? It's not cute. It's not okay. It's not any of those things. If you hear him calling his mother, sister, grandmother, auntie, bitches, baby, you are not exempt. He will call you one too and mean it from his soul. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. You set expectations for yourself. You set boundaries when it comes to your life. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. This is what I expect. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what I don't take. You know what I'm saying? All of that. And if a person can still love you outside of that, then that's fine. My husband don't even raise his voice to me at all. Hell, it scared me because, you know, them silent ones be the crazy ones, child. I just had to, you know, I needed to know. So I needed to make him mad one good time. He left. He went to Home Depot. I was like, oh, he about to come back and kick my ass. He did not. He came back and he said, let's talk. And I said, no, because when I wanted to talk, you didn't want to. He said, because if I would have said something then, I may have said the wrong thing. So I needed to go and think about what I needed to say. I needed to process all the things that you said. So now we can talk about it. Child, that was a whole man to me. Because I just knew when he came back, I was going to, now we got to square up. Now I got to stab you or something because you big. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But it wasn't like that at all. So that's how I know that you don't have to take those things. You don't have to deal with those things. So make sure you know what it is that you want for you before you go trying to give all of you to somebody else. Whoever you slept with last, if they're not good enough to go back and be with, leave it alone. You don't have to have that person. Child, if you my age, if you 40 years old, honey, you'd have been screwing for a long, long time, okay? You had a lot of fun in your life. You deserve to take a break because you deserve to get you together. Stop leaving all these soul ties with all these different people. Cut all that out, honey. Pray all them niggas away, okay? All of them away because they just be sitting in there. They just be sitting in there. Get them out. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve more. You need to get to yourself so you can figure out how to get to the next level. So you can do that. For those that are already in relationships, I ain't even talking to y'all, okay? Y'all good. You got it. Not a problem. You know, but I want you guys to keep on pushing and keep doing what it is that you're doing and stop questioning yourself. You are good enough, pretty enough, smart enough, small enough, big enough, lovely enough. Did I say smart? Smart enough. Articulate enough. Everything enough. Absolutely enough. Because I said so. Okay? Because I said so. That's it. So again, guys, I'm your niche coach, Alicia Lester. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out to follow me. Press like, press subscribe, please. I appreciate it. In order for me to go live on YouTube, I have to have at least 1,000 followers. So this is crazy for me. I got followers on Facebook, but child, starting all over again for YouTube, whew, it's a lot. So if you guys could just do me that favor, I truly appreciate it. I thank you all. Follow me on social media, Alicia Lester Brima, niche coach. Type it in, look me up, hit me up, like it, share it, and come back later. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.